Hello.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Good morning.
Hello, 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 hello. So glad to
Hello.
see you. How are you doing? Deborah, Adrian, Katarina, Ellie, Anita. Who else do we have here? Tracy, Seeking the Truth with Dave is here. Hi, Dave. One hell of a night. Tracy, Tara, Mandy, Rachel. Who else is here? Jamie, hi. Takes me forever to scroll. Scroll. Cynthia. Tracy, Angie, Craftastic. Hello, Terry, Margarita, Donna. Is it Segmet Secret Weapon? How do I spell your name? SEKHMET. Penny, hello. Oh, Donna. Annie. Who else is here? Carol. Michelle. Rebecca, Hazel. JCR. So many people in here. Truth Seeker last name. Good to see you. Hi. Kathy Roberts. Super Sunshine. Hello. Pat. Everybody, welcome. Fee. Aniki or Anike? Shut the F up. Donnie, hello. Good to see you. Okay, I think... Oh, Private Eye, hello. I think that's it for as far as chat goes. Allison, Josie, Martina, Lisa, Marie, Kiwi, Mercy Choke, Jolene, Candice, Janice, K. Woods, Kerstin Lange. Are you German, Kerstin? JML, Safir, Linda, Don Joe. Welcome, Don Joe. Oh my
Hello.
God. Thank you, Fee. Thank you. Thank you. Tara, I already said. So many nice people, like always. Giselle, hello. Thank you, Linda. Thank you so much.
And Craftastics here from Ireland.
I said Craftastic. Hello, Craftastic. So it's my birthday today. I turned 24.
You did. You did.
I did not. I turned 42.
Mm-hmm.
I've been up since 2-something a.m. this morning. And yeah, very tired. But I did not celebrate my birthday today. This is going to happen tomorrow. Friends coming over. Hi, Julia. Thank you. Hi, Gigi. And yeah, so I thought, why not go in live, chatting a little bit to you guys, chatting a little bit to my hi Tumbleweed, Dawn and Dave, to my dearest friends.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's say dearest Chris Watts case friends. Hi, Maria. Thank you, Maria. So, what are we gonna talk about today? Well, obviously, we're gonna do a little Q&A. Not a very long one. But hi, Chris. And yeah, you might have some questions or maybe some answers to something. Who knows? Thank you, Lisa. And yeah, what I, before we start getting into the stuff of Chris Watts, I want to make a massive shout out to Chicken Lady. Chicken Lady is ill and is going into she went off AD's channel, as far as I know. And I wish her all the best. I did get to know her as one of the kindest persons I've ever come across.
That she certainly
And
is.
she is, definitely.
She truly is.
And I'm sending all my prayers out to you, chicken lady. If you hear that, if you watch us, I hope you do. And you're gonna rock this. And yeah, we all thinking of you. Every single one.
We are.
We
And
need
those
you,
of
and your chickens need you.
yes, and Keeping the Truth with Dave needs her, because there's a rooster, a rooster over there that's named after me, and there's a Kez Chick 56 is another chicken that's out there running around, and there's Cluck Larry. He's over there too.
Thank you, Michelle. Yeah,
So
I'm just saying, prayers coming along your way. Lots of love and light, obviously. You're gonna rock this. You're gonna be back in no time. And until then, I hope you I hope for a speedy recovery. And yeah, you are loved, chicken lady. You truly are, because you're a very, very nice and kind person, and everybody loves you. Right?
absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you,
Abs-
Tish. So, and before we get into Dave's stuff he wants to say and prepared. Yeah, the big eyes, because you did not prepare anything. That's why I said it. Oh, I
my script.
definitely buy some
My
Dr. Pepper.
script. My
Your
script.
script. Right.
Framed. My script. I'm still sticking to that. I'm still sticking to that. In certain instances, he's definitely been framed.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. After that documentary, it changed my mind a little bit. But we'll see what comes out. You guys know I'm very reserved when it comes to putting out theories in a hurry. But yeah, I do have my suspicions. Framed to an extent, yes.
Mm.
But yeah, I don't know what to think about that lady, you know. Yeah. So also I want to say, you guys hear me a lot talk, you guys hear me talking a lot about people I talk to, experts I talk to, or my friend Jeff. Um, I came across something today I just want to point out. Just because I don't name all the people I speak to on my live streams or in general doesn't mean I'm not talking to more than one person, right? I just want to make that clear, because some people think I have to verify information I got with whatever 100 people. And I can assure you that I do my homework, and I rely on what actual experts tell me, right? And this is my team. This is my Chris Watts team. And no matter how many emails you are going to send me with hate towards these two, I will support them, both of them. I will be there for them. I have their backs, and they have mine. And nothing is going to change that. If you have any personal problems, and I'm not saying that because I'm saying that because of them too. If you have any personal problems with other people, please do not send me emails. You're not getting an answer because it's none of my business. Okay? Was that rude? No.
No, you did very well. Very different to the way you
Okay.
said it to
Just
me.
wanted to make that clear because, I have so many people talking about Dave or Dawn and sending me emails, or maybe it's also the other way around. I don't know. Um, I just don't want I just don't want that. I don't want that drama. I don't want it. Thank you, Mama T. All right, what's new on What's Island? Who invented that name, What's Island, Dave?
I'm not sure. Uh, I think it started with Dr. B. I think.
Hmm.
I'm not sure. But it is crazy. What this case does to people, how it affects people in a personal way is beyond me. Like nothing I've ever seen. It's the intense hate that's out there towards people just for having an open opinion uh,
Right.
about this case is just
Yeah.
beyond me. It is absolutely beyond me.
Yeah, because I have the feeling everybody wants to be the first, everybody wants to have the best information. Everybody is Some people are trying to debunk the undebunkable. Um yeah, it's sad. I mean, I'm not saying I'm always right. Of course, I'm only human. I'm making mistakes. But if you present something to debunk, then at least get your stuff right. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Exactly, Maria. It costs nothing to be nice. I don't hate anyone either.
I might hate
I'm
one
just not getting
person.
into it. What's your opinion about this, Dawn?
Well, first of all, let's not forget that today is Tanya's birthday. I tried to stay late last night, trying to be the first that congratulates her.
He was the first to congratulate me.
And
Thank you.
I would like to say, maybe I will repeat myself, but I like that you are a very trustworthy person, very hardworking, and your attention to detail is fantastic.
Thank
And
you.
I made the right choice when I decided to join you and Dave.
That's very, very kind of you and very nice to hear. And of course, we're glad we have you on board
Thank
because
you.
what you bring to the table, like with your expertise and, just overall way of thinking, I'm more like head through the wall kind of person. And if some things doesn't add up, I want it to add up. I want it so bad. And then, yeah, we disagree a lot, but everything that comes out to you guys is thought through 100%. So even if I want some stuff to be true and I think, oh, I found something, and then I um, tell Dave and Dawn, and they're like, no, you're wrong, or no, this is not right, or this doesn't fit, and I'm having a little hissy fit, we still come to the conclusion, and then I say, yes, you're right. but it would have been too good to be true. But I can't always be right, even if I want to.
That's
But
true.
yeah,
That's
thank you, Dave.
exactly right. And big happy birthday to you, TJ. Uh,
Thank you.
I really mean it. We've had many conversations on this birthday of yours. I feel like I've had no sleep. It feels like I was only just at work talking to you many times when you finished work. I couldn't believe it. Before you went to work, sorry. And it was, Lady A. Montgomery, thank you. I did get your emails, plural. Yes. Yes, okay, I will reply to them. I'll have some time because today I head to Melbourne. I've got a week down there. I'm going to meet up with a few people tonight, / meet and greet, and that will be absolutely fantastic. And I'll have a little bit of time to myself to catch up with a whole bunch of emails. But today's about TJ. It's
Did you
about
just say females or emails?
emails. Thank you. And yeah, today's about you. Today's about maybe some questions in chat. If people would like to ask us a question, please type question at the start of your question or your comment. It'll make it a little bit easier for us to filter through and have a little look at some questions you might have. There are obviously some things that we cannot discuss. Conversations that we share between us and the Watts family are private, and they are not things that I will discuss with people on YouTube ever. That's just, yeah. So if people say, does Ronnie know this? Does Cindy know this? No, I'm sorry, I won't be answering those questions because whatever I have said publicly is things that I have been allowed to say, and I just won't answer questions in regards to the Watts family at all. But
Right.
apart from that, we just want to know your thoughts, everybody, on this case. And if you have any technical questions, direct them all to Don Joe. That's his expertise. Tanya is data, and mine is remembering dates and times.
Oh, yes.
Pretty
He's
much.
absolutely great. I suck at remember anything. I always have to go back to the discovery and read up on dates. And then I just shoot Dave a message saying, at what time and what date did NK send this and that? What time and what date did she call them this person and that person? And he just knows it. Yeah, very true. So, I was asked today by email. Hold on, where is it? What is it about the evidence that was rejected, even though Chris Watts was only sentenced and took the plea in November? So why was evidence rejected in August and September? And there's a pretty simple answer. Sorry, questions over questions. It's pretty simple answer. You guys know who John Walsh is?
Chris Watts'
John?
defense attorney.
Yep, Chris Watts' defense attorney. And I'm gonna read you an email he sent to DA Rourke, addressed to Mr. Wren. It reads, the defendant, Christopher Watts, is willing to agree to waive his right to be indicted and to plead guilty to all charges of first-degree murder charges if our office is willing to remove the possibility of the death penalty. Best regards, John False.
Date?
The date of this email is August the 26th, 2018 at 11:58 a.m.
August the 26th. Everyone.
Yep.
13 days after Chris Watts' family goes missing, 11 days after Chris Watts is charged with 3 counts of murder at the time, which later on went on to be 9 charges in total. So when that was on the 21st, 5 days after Chris's formal charges were given to him on the 21st of August, a letter has been drafted by Chris's defense attorney to the district attorney's office saying Chris will plead guilty to everything if you take the death penalty off the table.
Right.
So
And from then
it wasn't
on,
November it was agreed upon. It was August.
right. So when they got all the evidence together, I mean, they're not idiots, they're detectives and law enforcement, right? So they did do work on that case, gathering evidence, stuff like that. And on the 26th, they offered a plea in exchange for the death penalty being taken away or taken off the table. So, oh, sorry, that was my father-in-law. I'm sorry. However, so it was already drafted or in preparation, that plea agreement, and already signed by the time the lab and CBI refused evidence. And that's just simply normal because it was over. The judge was informed that Chris is going to take that plea agreement. And the judge said basically, if you agree and they agree, I agree, done deal. And this is what actually stopped the investigation and all further testings. So there was no rejected because we did not want to test it because we did not want the truth to come out or, involve possible other people. It was simply because the deal was already signed by Chris. And that's the answer I can give you.
Brilliant. Mr. Dior, was Chris Watts ever given a reason for Shanann taking the $10,000 out of the 401k? I'm pretty sure he was given a reason, but he hasn't shared it.
He was given a reason.
I'm pretty sure
Shanann told him that they were 3 months behind with their mortgage and that she's gonna pay. And also she said this is for the HOA, Homeowners Association's fees, which she was 6 months behind because she sent the payment to a wrong address for 6 months. And this was the explanation he got. Unfortunately, we don't know where the 10K went because they never hit the mortgage account.
Correct.
And also, getting back to that plea, that was the day. I think, Dave, you can explain that better. It's fresh on your mind, I think, when he yelled and cried he's not going to confess to something he didn't do.
Wasn't that was also early on? When he was in in Colorado, in Weld County Jail. He was, not a well boy, and he was in a state of shock at one stage when he walked out and looked up at the TV, and this was not long before. This was in October, some stage. He looked up at the TV and said, "What have I done?" So for 2 months, he'd pretty much been in isolation. He hadn't really had anyone to talk to. It may have been his choice not to talk to people. It may not have. Okay, because there's two different stories that are going out and floating out about that. I can't give you a definitive date, but I do know that he did say that he was not going to say he did something when he actually didn't. I do know that, but I can't actually answer your question
Right, and
off the top of my head.
the defense also said to Chris, if you want us to go with the story that Shanann killed the girls, we will do it. This is what they told him as well. So the third route is one of the charges in relation to Shanann's death described as death due to unlawful termination of pregnancy.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the 48-year sentence that Chris was given in his sentencing, and it was the maximum penalty. They had just passed that law. They brought it through because they didn't actually have a law. It had already been in the works, as in over the last 18 months or so. It had already gone before the government to get the approval for that law, but it got rushed. The decision got rushed through when Chris said he'll take the guilty plea, and they wanted Chris to be charged with Nico's death, and they didn't have a law to cover it. Mm-hmm. So they implemented that law. Yes, unlawful termination of a pregnancy, and it's something that we're looking at as a team, and it's something that we're going through with a fine-tooth comb, because that's definitely in the back of our mind. That actual charge is possibly there for an absolute reason.
Yes.
And no other reason. It's there for an absolute reason. Right. Okay, so
you gotta keep in mind. DA Roque is not a stupid man, right? Even if we are angry at him because he did certain things that we don't understand, he's not a stupid man. And if you just connect the dots and ask yourself, why was baby Nico taken away right at the autopsy or after the autopsy, taken away for genetic testing? Then a couple days earlier or a day earlier, the ultrasound clinic called in CBI telling them they have important information and requested a callback. Then the charge, termination of a pregnancy. Take all this stuff into consideration, right? And we're at the moment on it. But yeah, it takes a while to figure everything out because we don't know everything. Like Dawn always says, we only have breadcrumbs. Right, Dawn?
Yes.
Yeah, so the thing is with that, and the reason we're questioning this, it's just going to give you a little bit of an insight into it. Shanann had a scar on her throat, on her neck, from an operation that she'd had. And when you look at the autopsy...
Dave, just excuse me a second. I'm going to pull up something I want to show.
That would be a very good idea.
Just keep talking. I'm going to mute myself really quick.
No problem.
I need to play a video of mine.
No problem. Okay. So what we have is they've said manual strangulation was the cause of death for Shanann. Well, because there was bruising directly behind where this scar was. And that bruising could well have been there, everybody, from her actual operation, not from somebody actually strangling her. So that's something, because she had nothing, there were no fingerprints all over her neck. There was no massive marks or bruising right around her neck as what would happen with normal strangulation. And so we're questioning absolutely everything in regards to this. And there may well be another cause of death, a truer cause of death than manual strangulation. Because it's looking like that didn't occur. And that's something we need to absolutely confirm. It was noted later on, Linda, in the autopsy. It wasn't just, what do you call it? It wasn't just, it was overlooked initially, and then it was actually then added in about her scar.
I would like to add something, somehow off topic. You know me that I'm a hard critic of the American justice. And just today I found out some news that you would find at least troubling. It's the title of the article I've read is like this: Cops faked forensic reports to coerce confessions. The Virginia Attorney General's office made the Virginia Beach Police stop using fake forensic reports linking suspects to crimes to coerce them into confessions. At least 5 such cases were identified. This is the American justice. This is what you'll see at what lengths they are willing to go to extract confessions from the suspects. And then they cover all under the guise of the plea deals. So that is why we're struggling so hard with this case, which, by the way, is just one of many. Because the law is very crooked. I mean, it is such corruption in the American justice that they allowed forensics reports to be faked. That is unknown of.
Yes. And just quickly, Don, Fee Double O, thank you so much for your wonderful contribution to Tanya and to everybody else that are giving super chats. Tanya's currently looking up some information for us all. We're just filling in time. And Don makes a wonderful point that corruption within the United States legal system is at an all-time high. With the implementation of all the pay-per-view movie and documentary channels that we all have now, with access to Netflix or Hulu or whatever else you're watching, you get to see firsthand just some, and I'm talking a very, very small amount of the corruption that actually occurs in cases where they all make the evidence fit their suspect, although that suspect isn't the person, the perpetrator of the crime. They will actually make the evidence fit that person, and then they will create evidence that was never there. And that's what they do. And it's absolutely disgusting. It does happen all over the world, but obviously America has 350 million people live there, Crime is at an all-time high, and people want to get re-elected because these are elected positions. These law enforcement positions start at the top by being elected, which is a very bad way to actually, in my honest opinion, you should be given a job based on merit. You should apply for that job. You should have three different people interview you. It should be a position that, like any job position, it should not be an elected position where you have the choice, especially a district attorney, whether to charge someone with a crime or not charge them at all, although there is evidence to suggest they committed the crimes. And it's just the whole system is flawed, and it'll never happen in our lifetimes. It'll happen in hopefully future generations' lifetimes. But I truly hope it does happen one day when judges and district attorneys are not an elected position in the United States. If that happens, I think you'll end up with a fairer legal system in your country.
Right. Thank you, Poppy. And I heard, Dave, you mentioned some. Oh, Fee.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Poppy, for your contribution to the channel. Yes, talking about scars and marks, I want to show you guys something. And maybe I did that video 7 months ago, and it's for members only. You might have seen it. It's about the autopsy. And I have a question because Dr. Burson states that there was bruising on the inside of her neck in the area where her scar was, right? So I want to show you something. What always was very odd to me. I'm going to share my screen.
Just quickly, Janice, Immaculate Conception, in my opinion. No, I don't believe MK was pregnant with Chris's baby.
No. But we don't know.
We don't know. That's a fact.
All right. Can you guys see this? I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So this is what the autopsy states, right? Identifying marks and scars, none visualized. Evidence of medical or surgical intervention, none. And this is something I just don't understand. He's saying there's no evidence of medical or surgical intervention. She had, I believe, what did she have in her spine? Wasn't there some
I'm not
stuff?
sure.
Yeah.
Metal,
right.
Yeah,
No,
marrow. Yes.
metal.
Don, maybe you can answer that question for me.
What is the question again?
Why did Dr. Burson put there's no evidence of medical or surgical intervention? Well, there's clearly.
What time was this photo taken?
What time?
I mean,
this photo, you're looking at this inside the last 2 years.
What date? What date?
I don't know what date. This is just
1 year
pictures of
ago?
Shanann. No. Recent pictures, that was. The right picture is actually a picture of one of her last Facebook live streams.
a short answer would be incompetence. Or a combination of corruption and incompetence.
Yeah, and this was what I wanted to pull up because I wanted to show you guys this is something really weird to me. She had none, and also she had no signs or marks victims of strangulation had. Right? But it was corrected. Linda? Dave, what did you say it was corrected?
Yeah, it was later on. I'm pretty sure it's corrected somewhere where he actually does bring up the scar, or somebody brings up the scar in that autopsy.
This is still in the autopsy. Nothing in the autopsy has changed.
In fact, what are we talking about? About a report that is sealed. They decided to seal it.
That's public.
Right. So the thing is, if that scar was real, the bruising could potentially quite easily have been behind that scar from her surgery. And several people talk about the surgery. Chris even mentions the scar when he's asked for identifying marks on Shanann during the 6-minute phone call with what's his name? With Officer Goodman on Monday night, the 13th into the 14th at 2:07 in the morning. So they're asking for identifying scars on the children, identifying marks or tattoos, etc., and also with Shanann. You know, so they already knew that this actually existed. So how can a medical examiner miss it? Unless they're trying to make the marks fit their narrative of manual strangulation.
I mean, we all know that. I'm sorry if that comes across graphic, but we know that Shanann was not recognizable anymore, right? So could it be that due to bloating, discoloration, stuff like that, what just is naturally happening to your body? Do you think, Dawn, that this scar could have disappeared? Is that a possibility?
No, what I find more important is that there will always be a difference between scar tissue and non-scar tissue. I mean, even if there was a process of decomposition, there should be a difference between the scars and normal tissue.
Well, he mentions bruising, but that's it. About a 2 centimeter. Is it 2 centimeters, Dave? What he mentions actually?
I just realised I made it blue. Chris actually only mentions the small scar on her forehead in that phone call.
Yeah, but that only came out when she was like angry or something. Didn't he say that?
Yes,
so you couldn't
correct.
see it with,
Yeah.
I find something else more important. Tanya, can you please quote from the report about the mechanics of strangulation? I mean, they stated that was the cause of death, but what was the mechanics of the strangulation?
What do you mean by mechanics of the strangulation? It's in the...
How did they suggest that force was applied on her neck.
He sat on top of her. On the back. She was laying on her stomach.
Okay, and using only one hand, because otherwise there would be
She was
bruises
no,
on.
no, 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 no. She wasn't laying on her stomach because he said he looked her in her eyes, and then one of the agents said, "Were her eyes bloodshot?" And he said no. And somebody I can't remember, right, but somebody else said, did she say something or did she do something? And he said she was praying, or she might have been praying or something. So she
Let's
was
put
not laying on her stomach, was she?
No, but the thing is, when he describes it in the Wisconsin interview, when he actually describes it, I questioned this during the live when I was playing the actual Wisconsin interview. I'm thinking, what? She looked up because she was laying on her stomach, right? Because he actually describes her as laying on her stomach, right? So she wasn't laying on her back; she was actually laying on her stomach. Is how Chris describes it, right? And she's supposed to have looked up and looked into his eyes. This is what I was actually saying, and I couldn't figure out how the hell could she be looking at him if she was laying on her stomach.
No, he was sitting on her stomach.
No, Chris said
let's
she was on her
forget for
stomach.
a moment.
The only I'm gonna show you. It's gonna be a little bit graphic, but maybe I can just take a screenshot. Hold on, give me a second. If you guys would just talk to chat for a second, please.
No problem. Yes, she would have thought. Your screen's still on the screen, TJ, on our main screen. Just thought I'd let you know. Thank you. Righto. So,
Okay, let's forget for a moment the Shanann's position with respect to Chris, but by mechanics of strangulation, I wanted to know if force was applied only on one side of the neck, because if I understand correctly, bruise was only on the right side of the neck.
yeah, but he describes. Yeah, correct.
Consistent, because if you are applying,
You're breaking up, John, badly.
Shanann wouldn't be dead.
Just totally missed you with what you were just trying to say.
That is why I'm asking what was the mechanics they suggested, probable or possible cause of death.
Yep. I don't know if it's my internet or your internet, Don, but you're completely breaking up. So the theory of what they're actually they didn't actually give a description. All they did was put in manual strangulation causing death, and DA Rourke never describes the mechanics of how manual strangulation actually occurred. Because Chris pled guilty to the charge. Okay, so yeah, it was you breaking up, Don.
Sorry, I lost my connection and now I reconnected.
Oh,
What did I
okay,
miss?
all right. Okay, Can you please go over again about your manual, about your thoughts on the
Yes,
mechanics of it? Please go over that section again, please.
yes. If pressure is applied by hand, let's say, only on a single carotid artery, that is not reason enough, or it is not consistent with death, because as we know, we have two carotid arteries and one is enough to supply blood to the brain. So that is what I'm asking. How did Shanann die? Strangulation only on one side of the neck? I've never heard of such cause of death.
Yes. So the thing is, you know, if they're using, if that scar was definitely real, and they're using that as their, must have been strangled because there's a little bit of bruising under the scar. So behind the scar, everybody, like inside her neck. All right, and they're saying definitely strangled because of this scar. And that's why they don't mention the scar in the actual autopsy, if that's the case. It's to cover their own, to cover themselves, because quite probable manual strangulation didn't occur. And if that's the case, there's a murder charge that needs to be wiped off the table. One.
Is Chris left or right-handed?
This is the question. I'm not sure if he's ambidextrous or not, and that's the question I'm going to ask Ronnie and Cindy.
That would be interesting.
I think he's right-handed.
I'm gonna show you something, guys, I cannot make sense out of, but maybe Dawn can. If it's working, my connection is very bad also.
Here it is. It's coming.
And see it? I don't see it on my. I don't see it on my.
No.
Yeah. Why is that? Hang on a second.
Is it a photo or a video?
It's a photo. I just needed to basically redact it a little bit. I don't think I
Well, he
can.
writes with his right hand. He's always texting with his right hand.
Yeah. Is it coming up?
And he played baseball as a child right-handed. No, it's not, Tanya.
No, still not.
Okay, I don't know why it's not coming up. Hi, Cage. Why is it not coming up? Still nothing, right?
What file is it? I don't know. Is there a particular file type that it is? Are you trying to share a window?
No,
Yeah.
try with another photo.
No, I can't put another photo because this is one of my photos. I don't have another photo.
Just to see if the connection is bad or it is.
I see what she's saying. What he's saying. So basically, you know, just put up.
No, because when I share screen,
Yeah.
all the windows I have open are basically blank white. So I don't understand why it wouldn't let me share it.
Yeah, that happens to me too. If there is too much time passed, for instance, if I want to share a photo and I had that photo open, let's say for half an hour,
No,
for some reason, I don't find it when I want to share.
I do find it. I have it right here, but you guys don't see it. I see it.
TJ, can you just message that photo to me, please?
Yes, hold on. Just going on mute for a second.
All right, so while we're waiting for this, the third route. Yes, I know you have the third route. That was a wonderful question you wrote in my comment section yesterday, and it really got people thinking. So Tanya is actually going to do a whole couple of videos again on the autopsy at the conclusion of her documentary. So that's something for everybody to look forward to. And hopefully by then we might have a few more answers to some of your questions. So I'm just waiting for this to come through, hopefully very soon. And then I might be able to share it at this end for you all.
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna send it to you now.
Yep.
Maybe it's working. I don't know.
Okay, just give me a moment. Download.
Yes, that's what I said too. Super Sunshine Sue. And get a second opinion.
Okay, so, and I will.
Is it working, Dave? Ah, okay. So this might be a little bit graphic. So viewers' discretion is advised.
Okay. I'll leave you to it.
Don, we need your expertise on that. So these, I don't know what the medical word for this is, but if you strangle somebody, there are those circular lines along your jawline, and she had that. And this is the only indicator I found in the autopsy. But here again, I'm not a medical expert or something. I'm just Googling if it comes to autopsies. And this is the only indicator of a strangulation I could find. And it says there is a linear array of it's so small. Can you blow it up a little bit? Oh, I can actually read it on my own picture. Thank you. Variably sized purple black circular defects which extend from the inferior aspect of the chin along the jawline up the left aspect of the face towards the left temporal area.
Where is this quote from?
Sorry?
Where is this quote from?
What code? What do you mean code?
Quote.
This is that's her autopsy report.
I mean, if you're looking at the drawing on the right, all I know of is those bruises can come from the fingers, like somebody was holding the chin or pressuring the chin.
Mm-hmm.
But
Could you sorry, can you put up third root's comment on the screen right now, please? I think it's
If I
important.
find it,
That
this
one.
one.
This might help Don answer.
this is drawing of the face.
Yeah, but there were more than one. It's a array of different sized purple black circular defects. So it's not just a thumbprint.
So there's a few of them.
Yep.
Yes, we're talking about the index, the middle, and the ring fingers. It's like somebody wanted to hold her chin very, very strong in a certain position.
Mm-hmm.
And
Because
the term that I think that you refer to is called petechia, something like this.
Petechia. No.
Petechia, yeah, something.
He describes that differently in the autopsy, though. The neck structure on midline, and without that what is it? Palpable adenopathy or something. He says there is none. And the only thing he observes is the array of some purple black circular defects.
Let's call it swelling, because that is what adenopathy means. Yes, but there is not always a swelling when you're pressuring some tissue. In this case, if that is true, and the report says that, it's like maybe with one hand, her chin was kept in a certain position by force.
Just for a second, the picture on the right you see, I just did that. Just talking to the people in chat. It's nothing what was in the actual autopsy. Also,
I understand.
the amount of the circles I put, and this has nothing to do. It's just to show you what it could have been looked like, and in what line it goes along the face and along the jawline.
The only thing in that autopsy, the only thing that is factual is what's written at the top of the screen. That is from Shanann's autopsy. Everything else, Tanya has added. That's not Shanann down here, and it's not Shanann over here. Okay? The only thing, everybody, is this bit here on the screen right now. That quote at the top, neck. That's about Shanann.
Yeah.
All right.
So she had what it actually said, and correct me if I'm wrong. She had no bruising, like this. Oh, hold on. I gotta hold. You see that picture on the left? This is a victim of strangulation, right? And this
Yes.
is the jawline. And you see the neck has bruising as well. The medical examiner, though, states the neck structure are midline and without those purple bruises or defects, he calls it, right? So she only has that along her jawline, and this is a picture I made. This is an image I made. So this is not an actual image of how they looked like and how many there were. This is just for what is it called? Visualization for you guys,
Visualization, that's correct.
right? To see how it looks, what the medical examiner actually describes. So here on the left, right, this person has these defects also in the neck area, but Shanann had none, as the medical examiner stated.
I would eliminate this photo because it is not quite
Oh,
consistent.
I have more because this is actually a screenshot of one of my videos, and I have more, but I wanted to show you something where I actually had the right picture on it, and this was the only one that was left. So previously, I showed more pictures, and they all have bruising on the neck. If you just put in Google strangulation and the medical explanation of what bruising and what defects or what injuries occur during a strangulation, manual strangulation, it will show you all those graphic pictures. But what I don't understand, of course, there's always a possibility that, she had none. But what I don't understand is he is saying she has bruising on the inside of her neck, like a 2 centimeter bruising, right? But then a few pages later, he describes those defects on her chin and along the jawline that has nothing to do with what he
Do
described previously. If that makes sense.
do you remember when I I told you a while ago about the possibility of Shanann being attacked while climbing the stairs, and that her head was pressed on the edge of one step of the stair? Because if I'm looking again at those photos, it's like um, they describe as happening on the edge of the chin. It's like somebody was pressing her face with the knuckles from the fist towards the edge of one step of the stair. If the knuckles left those imprints on one side of the face, we would see on the other side of the neck that bruise they describe as being almost in the same position with the scar of the surgery. Does it
Right,
make
but
sense?
then there must be, if that was the case, there must be bruising visible on the outside of her neck. So on the surface, basically on the skin of her neck, but there was none. Only inside. How can this be that if you even put your thumb up and press your skin, it leaves like a little, it's getting white, and then when you release, it's going back to your normal skin color, right?
Okay.
So imagine the force when you strangle somebody. There must be bruising on her neck, but there is none. How can this be that it's only bruising from the inside of her neck?
I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
I'm not describing a strangulation as we are used to know. I'm describing pressing her head on the edge of one step of the stairs and pressing with the fist, with the knuckles of the fist.
Why do you say of the stairs?
Because I think one possibility would be that Shanann was attacked while climbing the stairs.
Huh.
And I've always asked myself, what was the mechanics of this so-called strangulation? As you know, her weakest point is the neck, was the neck. It is very easy to inflict death by pressing hard her head on the edge of one step of the stair.
Yeah, but if let's say somebody or he or whoever it did pressed her on the edge of the stairs while attacking her when she went upstairs, wouldn't there be bruising visible on the outside of her neck?
But they describe that bruise that is
But only
consistent
from
with.
the inside. There was nothing visible on her neck from the outside. So she basically had no strangulation marks on her neck except the bruising on the inside where her scar was.
Now you'll have to define what you consider to be inside and outside of the neck, because
Inside is basically the flesh, the tissue, and her skin
you're not
of
referring
her
to the
neck.
position, not the position, not the position on the neck. You mean if it's on the surface or somewhere inside the tissue?
In the tissue, yeah. She had bruising, but not on the outside. No, so her skin was basically without any marks. This is what the
So,
medical examiner describes. And the only defect, he calls it, she had was along her jawline, up along her cheek.
but that bruise that he's talking about, how could it be inside and without anything on the skin? I don't understand.
That's what I don't understand either. And he does not describe. So he says she has no scars or any surgical evidence, right? But we all know she had that scar on her neck. But he doesn't describe that. He completely left that out. He just states that she had a history of neck surgery or whatever he states. A few pages later, he states there is bruising on the inside, on the tissue of her neck. about 2 centimeters. But he doesn't describe anything on the skin of her neck, no bruising, nothing. So this is either I don't get it and I just get something completely wrong, or I'm too stupid. But how can this be? So the bruising on the inside of her neck, so in the tissue, the bruising must be the bruising from her surgery, right?
No, this is catch-22. I mean, no.
Yeah, but this is what he describes.
Yes, they are feeding us all kind of nonsense, and we are struggling to understand what they wanted to say. They are not consistent in their description. They
I can
contradict
barely
themselves.
hear you, Don.
They are not consistent in their description, and they are not consistent from one page to another. And
You know what?
we should not bother.
Are you guys up to it that I pull the whole autopsy report up? Shall I do it? Because this is something that bothers me.
Yeah, but in the end, we want to know who did it, and that even if you pull the report, that would not help us pinpoint it.
Yeah, but we can actually look at the bullcrap he stated, right? Just give me 1 second. Welcome back, Dave.
No worries. I'm back. I just had to go outside for a second. It looks like all the chat wants it on the screen.
Dave, I would like to ask you something about the possibility of some force being inflicted upon Shanann, but without killing her in the house.
Well, that could be done in a chokehold to make her unconscious without breaking the hyoid bone, because there are videos on YouTube about how quickly it can be done. But you need to be specially trained in that to pretty much know exactly what you're doing.
Without knowing, we are trying to fit the narrative to what Chris told us that happened.
Yeah, the whole thing is though that what Burson states actually is, yeah, he knows about surgery. Yeah, they told him her history about the surgery. Then he says there are no surgical marks at all. It's really confusing.
Very
Okay.
much so.
I'm
Just
not
a
going
second.
through.
Can you go up?
I have to pull the. Sorry. I have to log in script. Hold on a sec. I'm not going into the autopsies of the girls, though. I just wanna do this real quick.
They say manual asphyxiation, okay? So I would be very curious to know how they decided that it was manual, by hand, other than the confession of the suspect. It is again something like not something he did, but something he said he did. Everything.
You mean that Burstyn
what
drafted his autopsy report based on what said?
Exactly.
Watts never said anything until February. March, sorry. February, whenever it was they went to when they went to Wisconsin. He never spoke of this.
Right.
Okay. So even worse, how did they know that it was manual asphyxiation? What evidence it is for that from their description?
Can somebody just tell me real quick what page the autopsy starts in the discovery? I cannot log into script for some reason.
Okay, I'll find it.
And I hate going through the autopsy reports in the discovery. It like takes forever.
I'll bring it up.
It's something 100. Sorry for the massive delays today, you guys.
This is how well prepared we are.
Well, it just is what it is. You talk about a certain topic and then you want to know more.
Yes.
And you guys want to know more, so why not? I said I'm too tired. I'm going live for an hour. 1.5 max. It's always like that.
Yeah, and I have to leave the show no matter what in half an hour because just shortly straight after that I have to go to the airport.
Aw, you're lucky. I want to do a meet and greet one day.
Well, you
Let's
don't have
all
fun.
meet
Let's
in
go.
London.
All meet in London.
Yeah, because then I can go see my father-in-law.
Yep.
Where's that friggin' autopsy?
Oh, it's a nightmare.
It is. Especially one day I'm gonna dedicate a whole weekend to my own discovery and put everything in order. Like
Yes.
everything the day it happened, one thing after another. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry, you guys, but you want this as much as I want. I could never attend autopsies, ever.
My first images of a memory of looking at an autopsy was watching Clarice Starling walk into that room that day during Silence of the Lambs for the first time. And she had to put something on her nose because it was going to be smelly in the room. That was my first real memories of what, you know what I mean? Although it was a movie, of what it could possibly be like, and was like right there. And then I thought, I'm never going to be a medical examiner. No thanks.
Yeah, but then on the other hand, I think you're getting used to it.
You can never get used with the smell of death.
Probably not the smell, but everything you see and all, I think you can get used to it.
Yes, with what you see, yes, but the smell is too much. Even if you put menthol jelly under your nose,
Downloaded, right? So it must be in here.
Do I have it? Did I find it?
what are you looking? The medical report?
Yeah. The autopsy report.
I have it on page 547.
Why didn't you tell me that like 10 minutes ago? 547 of the actual.
Bottom right, 547, or in the search, 547.
The page of the document,
Okay.
547. The page of the PDF.
So to me, 547 is a report of Karen Epps.
Yeah, it may be 5 pages after or before. Maybe it's not the same version, the same edition.
Okay,
So
I think
the
I get it.
PDF, so the PDF file, the page number is 547 of 1960. I would imagine, not the bottom right hand corner of the page number.
Okay. I don't know if she was embalmed. I have no clue.
Do you want
Okay.
me to share? Do you want me to
Oh, do
share
you
this?
have it? Yes, please. Please. Please.
Oh, you poor thing. The third route was at ground zero at 9/11. Wow.
What, you have been there?
No, the third route, you'll remember in chat, was at ground zero at 9/11.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Oh my God. Penny, get well soon. No, that's not the autopsy report, though.
That's not the actual report.
That's not the report. Does anybody know what page the autopsy report is on in the discovery?
It's still on the screen, Don. Our screen.
Yeah, he's screening the
Yeah.
screen.
Yeah, I know. Control F.
On Windows 95.
leave my leave my Windows 95 alone.
That's
I just
something. Look at this, Don. What if she was strangled with a plastic bag over her face and dosed with something before?
Ellie Jano, that's your internet connection is not blurry. I just thought I'd let you know it's because of live streaming. And if somebody can please, I'm really sorry to say this, absolutely no mentioning of any creators in Tanya's chat, please, at all. Mods,
Thank you,
thank you.
Rebecca.
I'm not a fan of the chloroform scenario because that happens only in the
Thank you, Marie.
movies. It takes a long time for somebody to be subdued using chloroform, and by that time it is a lot of struggle.
What?
As usual, we are trying to put order in a document that contradicts itself.
Yeah.
It is inconsistent. It is not complete. It is incomplete. And we're trying to do our best on such a disaster. I mean,
That's true. But you guys, you know what I also want to know? Where's the sheet, the actual sheet found on site?
TJ, I've shared my screen. I got it.
Okay, can you
I
turn your
Googled
camera
it. I
off?
Googled it.
Can you turn your camera off, Dave?
I Googled it.
Ah,
And I put PDF at the end of the Google. All right.
very nice. Okay. So, history of being report or can you read that, Dave? It's so small for me.
Oh, okay, no problem at all. History
Thank
of being
you.
reported missing and subsequently being found unresponsive in an obvious state of death in a shallow grave. Asphyxiation due to manual strangulation. 1. Bruising of the anterior strap muscles of the neck, right to left. Mild to moderate decomposition consisting of generalized discoloration, bloating, and skin slippage. History of intrauterine pregnancy, second trimester, largely decomposed fetus and placental unit, found expelled from the gravid uterus. Then toxicology, post-mortem basics of spleen blood, which is unusual to use spleen blood, might I add. 1. Ethanol, 128 milligrams of ethanol, blood alcohol concentration, 0.128, which your blood alcohol concentration, everybody, is normal in decomposition. I will add that, but I'm unsure if it goes that high because I am not a specialist. Okay, and signed down here, right, by Michael Burson.
Okay, can you go up again? So it says, if I can read that, bruising of the anterior strap. Where was it?
Yeah,
Bruising of the anterior strap muscles of the neck, right to left.
exactly where that scar is.
Exactly.
Exactly where the scar is, everybody, in Shanann's photos.
to me, that is not reason enough to be consistent with a cause of death.
Well, they
At
did it
least,
though.
Dave, can you scroll down a little? When it says opinion, more. Yes.
There. Yeah.
There. Do you see? Based on the history provided.
Yeah.
What history?
Huh. Well, the history they gave them, they gave the medical examiner. Based on the history provided and the autopsy findings. The
Okay,
cause
I
of
wanted. Just looking at this report, I am not satisfied with the explanation as for a manual asphyxiation. Sorry, I mean only because they found a bruise. That is
yeah,
manual
and
asphyxiation.
the bruise inside. So if he strangled her or whoever strangled her, there must be bruising on the outside.
Exactly.
There must be bruising visible on her neck, on the skin of her neck. Not only on her chin and
A-
cheek.
And this is the entire report.
No, it goes further, doesn't it, Dave?
Oh yeah.
It has to be with a drawing of the body.
Is Shanann's drawing of the body in there? It's been so long ago since I've been looking at this.
Nope.
No.
The image of the kids is.
The kids
You
are, yeah.
know, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure I've seen. Scroll further down.
Mind you, I just grabbed this from online, so I didn't. That's the bottom. All right, I did get this online. I do know. I moved all my files the other day and I can't find it. That's why I couldn't find it. Otherwise, I would have bring it straight up.
Autopsy reports are standard. There is mandatory to have an illustration of the body with
There
arrows
is
pointing.
there is an illustration of the body, a drawing. But we seem to not find it right now.
Not here. And
I just find it
everybody present at the autopsy for Shanann Watts was all from the prosecution side. Just so I let everyone know.
and they also write their reports, what they saw, and everybody describes it differently. Is it a body diagram? I think I have it. I think I have it.
Oh my God, Ted just got.
Oh my God.
Everybody, this is what Tanya does when she's on the
I have it.
phone. I have it. I found it. Oh my God, I have it.
I remove your
Hey,
cheap
screen.
screen.
Go away. Come on. I was trying to help. Give me a break.
Aw, you're so nice. I just hope I can share it now. On the good old autopsy report in the Discovery. So, there you go. That's the simple, normal Discovery. So, where is it? I just saw it. That one, right, Dawn?
Yes.
So there is a blank page, but I know I seen one. I just don't want to go through the autopsy reports of the children. It's just not today.
Diabolical.
Yeah.
That bottom right hand page numbers, that's the one I always work from. The actual page numbers.
Why is there nothing? That
No,
is
there is no Shannon's body diagram.
no,
That's what I
no.
thought.
But we have it somewhere. It's just not in order. That thing is not in order.
It's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I mean, the autopsy report is not even in order. It's on page 903, then a little bit is on page 500, then a little bit, it's just, it's like they're doing that on purpose.
And it's on purpose.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, of course. That's why I said I need to take a weekend off to bring everything in order. So the next structures are midline. This is what I screenshotted, right? So he describes the neck. Where was it? Here. This is what I screenshotted, that part. So identifying marks and scars, none. Evidence of medical surgical intervention, none. Possible patterned abrasions of the neck and left aspect of the face. And she had, there he says it. Possible patterned abrasions of the neck and left aspect of the face. Bruising of the superior aspect of the right, whatever that means, muscle. Bruising of the soft tissue and facial tissue of the surface of the right thyroid cartilage.
Thyroid cartilage.
Yeah, bruising of the soft tissue associated with the right horn of the thigh bone, which is intact.
That is not evidence of much of some significant force.
Exactly.
That's very marginal.
That's what's so, he could, with this, he could be just describing the bruising of, her having a surgery in the past because it's internal. So on the outside, she has possible patterned abrasions of the neck and left aspect of the face. And those round defects he describes are on the other side of the face. Where was it? Here. Up to the left aspect of the face. And the other one was right? No, it was all left. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that he describes with those possible patterned abrasions, he describes what he describes down here with the circular defects. I think that's the same thing. What do you guys think?
I have Shanann's images.
Okay, share. I stop sharing. Yeah, I probably will need more than a weekend off, June.
Please bring my screen up.
Yep, just appeared. Ah, there you go.
Okay, so as you can all see, um, that was the baby.
What page is that? Page
Bottom right hand
55?
corner, bottom right hand corner, discovery page
No, no, no.
996.
No, the page of the document.
I don't
55
know.
or
I don't
not?
know. Don, I don't know. Page 885. 895. 885. I think. 885.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, Tommy. Okay, we see nothing on her face. No drawings on her face.
Exactly. Oh,
This report tells us nothing. Who
Abnormal
changed her
findings.
clothes?
Skins,
I can't read that at all. It's very small.
bruising of neck structures. Right. It says here. Whoops. Bruising of neck structures. Surface of throat. Whatever is written. Thyroid. Surface of thyroid.
Oh, did I miss that? Alia or Ellie? Where is mention of her C-section scars? As Alia mentioned in chat. They should put that in the autopsy report as well, right?
You would think so.
All right. There's nothing. I want to know where that sheet is. They found out at Survey.
Best of luck with that.
under diagnosis, the coroner wrote probable asphyxiation by manual strangulation.
Probable.
Probable. It is it's page 885.
Dave, can you go to 885?
I'm on it. I'm on 887, 885. It's here. That's the images.
Just a second. No, two pages down. No, one
Right.
page. Sorry, 3 pages. 3 pages where it says diagnosis.
Let's make it 5.
Probable asphyxiation.
Yeah, sure.
Probable.
Yes, probable.
Probable. Probable. Everyone?
Make that big for the people in the back.
For the people in the back?
Bigger. Probable asphyxiation due to manual strangulation.
Probable. Not definite.
No, there
Wow,
is no
Don.
certain cause of death. That is no certain cause of death. Sorry. And I don't buy the manual strangulation either.
Absolutely not, because she would have had some bruising. And I mean, I'm by no means any medical expert. I have absolutely no clue about anything medical,
Neither do
but
I.
it's common sense. It's common sense that, you know, he describes her surgery scar, in my opinion.
Yep. From right to left.
2-2 is due to tumbleweed. 144 pounds, yeah. That's my weight. Ish. Dave, can you scroll down where it says number 2? Paragraph 2 there. Okay.
Trimester of pregnancy. 10
Second,
point. No, just hang on 1 second. I want to know how the pathologist measured the fetus.
Head to toe, I asked.
Okay. Well, the fetus on the 9th of August was 8.6 centimeters.
Yeah, because they measure in the clinic from head to the butt, basically. The bottom of the butt. Of the
Unbelievable.
buttocks.
This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable.
What I also don't get, I mean, like I said, no medical experience or anything, but how can they not determine the age of the fetus, right? But person was able to measure his foot length.
Mm. 65 kilograms roughly. If you multiply 2.2 by 65, you should end up with 144 pounds. Roughly. I don't know. I'm guessing off the top of my head. All right.
Thank you, Ocean's daughter. What
They've
does it say?
taken
Left ham. What does it say?
left temporal.
That's what I thought too. Like in secret. Honestly.
So if she
Linda,
was
I'm with you.
17 weeks roughly, that would have conception at the end of April.
What does
Just
it say?
saying.
17 weeks?
No, no. I'm talking to everybody in regards to that comment you just made that was just on the screen
Oh,
about.
okay.
I'm referring to that. So if she was 17 to 18 weeks pregnant, that would bring late April into play.
just a second, please. Hold on. Do you see swabs? Swabs, neck and face, right?
Yeah.
But didn't the defense attorney didn't he want those swabs and they were refused?
Yeah, they were refused at that later date because he already signed the plea. There are certain things taken into evidence that were basically not tested anymore and went back to the evidence room for storage, because by that time they didn't test anything because he already signed.
Yes, but at the time that autopsy was conducted, the prosecution had the obligation to inform the defense of every finding.
Yes, but as far as I remember, it was requested by the defense that they swap her neck and the kids' necks and stuff. Am I right, Dave?
Yes, and they said, please, in short, they said, please don't tell us how to do our job
Right.
as prosecution.
Correct.
No, the medical examiner said that.
Yes, that was his response.
No,
Yeah.
when the judge ruled, his decision was more or less saying that the defense has not the authority to tell the prosecution how to make their investigation.
No. The medical examiner said that the defense nor the prosecution can tell him how to do his job. Not the DA. That was the medical examiner who said that. Wasn't it? Or am I wrong?
No, I think that the judge ruled on his own thoughts, not based on what the coroner could have said. He didn't like, let's say, that the defense is imposing or to the prosecution to do things like they want. By the way, we see that he didn't ask something abnormal. He asked for those swaps that they eventually did.
Yeah, they did.
So there was nothing out of place or who asked that.
That was on the 9th KH, on the 9th of August.
Oh, so Tanya, if you
Yeah.
bring up your video, your images again on this, your thing on the screen again of the autopsy, because I have to go soon. You go up, right? So you can see where it's here. I don't know if you can do it. See this page here, page 889. That's the start of the autopsy report. But you go above it.
889 on the document?
889 on the PDF document. 889 of 1960. Page 1000.
Okay, hold on. Yeah, I just had that, but
Yeah.
it's
Now
taken out of the discovery.
Scroll up,
Yeah.
and then you'll end up with Shanann's images.
No, it's taken out of. I did not pull my old discovery. I pulled the one that is on the internet and it's not in there
Right.
anymore.
Okay. All right. Well,
Yeah.
okay. Well, there you go.
But
So
that's fine. That's fine. I think
I have to disappear. That's all.
yeah, that's fine. I mean, we now know. So probable.
Yeah. Probable. Not definite. So I'm going to download this live stream as soon as it ends, and I can watch it on the plane. The rest of it. All right. So I want to say a big goodbye to everybody. I want to
Goodbye,
say thank
Dave.
you for inviting me on here for your birthday.
No
Happy
problem at all.
birthday. Happy 42nd birthday. Might
Thank
I
you.
add, not 24th. And to everybody here in chat, thank you for being so respectful. It's a horrible subject. It is awful, the subject we've just gone through, but it needs to be discussed. It truly does need to be discussed. And thank you, everybody. I look forward to meeting some of my moderators down in Melbourne this afternoon. It should be fantastic.
Have a safe trip.
I look forward to it. I'll see you later, everybody.
See you later. Have
Bye.
fun.
Bye, Dave.
Bye.
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 When did NK learn the gender of the pregnancy? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe she always thought once she saw the clothes Shanann bought in North Carolina, you know, that little Yankees outfit. Maybe she thought, if she saw it, maybe she thought, oh, it's gonna be a boy. That's why she said, I want to give you a son. Want to give you a son. But I don't know. Mm. Oh yeah, I think she knew, but 24th. That's actually not true. Oh my god. I just twisted the numbers. Not that people say, oh, she's not 24, she's not 24. No, I turned 42 today. I'm getting old. Could Shanann have been suffocated face down? That would explain the makeup and eyelashes on the pillowcase. Well, did we see any makeup? All I saw was dirt. And also, if
We
that
don't have
was... Sorry, go ahead.
we don't have a forensic report on that pillowcase.
Right. Yeah, she said she just found out she was pregnant in her interview, but she said a lot of stupid things that weren't true. Yes, sometime between now and December 31st, I'm coming. Does anyone else think she saw the sonogram? But wasn't that of one of the girls? She had, I think it was on her chest of drawers, right? I think that was Bella's or Cece's. Oh, man, Dieter. He shouldn't have let her up there. Hi, Van. Thank you, Maria. That was the nicest thing somebody said to me today. Yeah, I'm trying to get to London to do a meet and greet. That's not too far for Dawn. That's not too far for me. Right, Dawn? Let's go to London and meet up.
Right. I would like to ask the chat, do you have any other type of questions? Let's not focus only on the autopsy. Would you like to talk about Chris Watts as a person?
That's a good question. Do you think CW tried to do a fake kidnapping to make earn money, and that went terribly wrong because people had other plans. Did you bug my house, Mariposa? Danke, Martina.
I think that what's his biggest priority was to be free, not to make money.
Yeah. To be freed of his burdens at that time. Like he states, I didn't know I was unhappy until she asked me all those questions. Right? So I think in the end he thought of Shanann um, as a burden, probably.
Let's
Would you
put it
agree on
this
that?
let's put it this way. I mean, I will say something that could be considered a very unpopular truth. I think that Shanann was the author of the financial disaster.
Oh, without a doubt. What would you ask CW if you could? What I would ask him? Mm, I don't know. I would ask him something I already know the answer to, that's for sure.
Can I answer too?
Of course you can. Knock yourself out.
It is for you, the question. I mean, I would ask him, what do you see when you look in the mirror?
What do you see when you look in the mirror? What do you think his answer would be?
A murderer.
You really think he would think of himself as a murderer?
Yes. He doesn't feel it, he doesn't show it, but he is.
Yeah,
And
but
I'm
would
very,
he think that of himself?
I mean, he can't dissociate himself from what happened. I know he would like that, but he can't.
Hmm.
And I'm very sad for his parents because they don't deserve such treatment from him. They deserve the truth.
Right. Absolutely. Everybody deserves the truth. You know, I mean, everybody involved deserves the truth.
Yes, but let's think it
The
this
Watts
way.
family, the Rusek family, all her
Yes,
friends, everybody.
the Watts family are victims not only because they lost their granddaughters, but also because their son failed miserably. Uh, they, I mean, he had everything in his childhood. I don't think that he can complain himself about having something that he missed. He had his dad, of course, maybe his mother not so great as he wanted, but nevertheless, they supported him to go to school. They fed him, they gave him a house, a roof over the top, over the head. And what is his response? silence.
Mm-hmm.
He can't even say what he did to his
Right.
mother, to his father.
Because he's ashamed.
It doesn't matter. He's talking to his parents, not to strangers.
Yeah, but still, there are certain things you're ashamed to tell, even if it's your parents. You know, especially if you go down for somebody. Do you think he killed Shanann because of the baby? That's very, very much possible, in my opinion, because I tend to believe that he did kill Shanann.
There is a possibility, but I don't link the first part of the question with the second one. I don't see any correlation.
No, I was just reading the first part, and yes, great possibility. I don't know if he wanted his first son with NK. I think when she said, "Oh, I wanted to, to give you a son," I think that was just blabbing her mouth. But if he really wanted it, I don't know. But on the part of Shanann, yeah, I agree. Do you think he honestly doesn't remember what happened? No, I think he remembers everything, as far as I know now. Maybe of that day, there's maybe some blur, but overall, I do think he remembers. Don, that's a question for you.
Uh, no, because in the reference book for psychiatry, which is very often quoted as the diagnosis statistics of medicals, DSM-5, a psychopath has to have prior patterns of this kind, and he has none of them. There is nothing to show from his past that he is a psychopath. Uh, of course, we have to take into consideration that everything we know about him, we know from pictures and videos. As I've commented in Dave's video last stream, when people are photographed or recorded on video, they are not true. They put a mask and strike a pose. So the real what's is unknown to us.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what people, and myself included, we think that we know them, but we don't.
No.
All we know is through their appearance on social media and through um, what people told us, what their friends told us, or the public, or the police, since everything is made public about them and their relationship and their marriage and whatever. But we actually don't know these people. And neither did her friends, really. And neither did their parents. Right?
And people who are introvert, as Chris is, uh, they are capable of unbelievable things when they are in private. I mean, I have no problem seeing what's being very violent in private in certain situations. I have no
Right.
problem at all.
Yeah. Why or who could seal the girl's medical history?
The, based on what information we have so far, the DA, Torque,
Yep.
with approval from the Rucheks. Let's not forget that everything he did, I'm referring to the Rourke, did with approval from the Rucheks.
Rourke did everything with approval from Rusex?
Yes, he had to ask the the victims, the family of the victims, if his strategy is according to their will.
Yeah, that's true.
And let's not forget that he visited the family at home, something that usually it's not done.
Yeah, also true. Do you think CW had more of a temper than he displayed? Um, I wouldn't say temper, but what I actually already told you in a different live stream was that I was talking with a person very, very involved in the investigation. And this person told me that they were walking along the road on the street where he parked. And they did not see, it's just an example I can give you. And they did not see him sitting in the truck. So they went past the truck and he stared at them like he, I can't even describe it how they described it to me, but he had one of these, he had just a stare in his eyes, like evil stare in his eyes.
We
And that
saw
was
that
on,
in Tanya, in one of your videos. You did that.
yeah,
You
when I
said
caught
some,
that, yeah,
yes.
expression. Hmm.
So
I
that
can
video,
actually show you real quick
yes, please.
because I was looking for, after I heard that, I was looking for like face expressions, and I was looking if I can find something that describes what this person had told me. And that happened on more than one occasion. I'm gonna show you. I made a little video. Just bear with me 1 second.
And after you find it, maybe you can pause on that expression of him. I think it is the best answer to the question.
Yes, I think I actually slowed it down so you guys
Oh,
can, so everybody
yeah,
can see.
even better.
Yeah, so this is the person described to me on one or more occasions that he had this evil stare and this evil look. And like I said, I was looking for face expressions. I mean, this could be just something, I caught, but it could be something, could be nothing really. But it was very strange and very scary to me anyway. Okay.
You could read from the description given by that person.
Yes. And this was yeah, this was basically how that person described it to me. So look at this. Just watch him. Have you seen it? I pause it in a second on slow motion. You see it?
No, put it again. Play it again.
Here you go.
Yes.
Oh, where was it? Here. And this is, hi, Matt. This is the facial expression that person described to me.
You guys are familiar with
The
the
eyes. It was the eyes. The person said to me, it was just the eyes, it was, they were actually turning around, running down the road.
it's like he's having a passenger inside, like Dexter says.
Yeah, it's not only in slow motion like that, it's I can play it again. It's like scary. And that's not the only time he does that. If you take a closer look at how he looks at NA. Look at
Yes,
his eye.
his anger is directed towards NA
Yeah.
because I think that at that moment he understands that the plan changed.
Look at his eyes. It's crazy. It scared me. It scared me when I saw that. And then when I saw it, I understood what that person meant. Here again. But I agree with you, Dawn. It's like, he's fighting something.
The only excuse that I can find for his expressions is the lack of sleep and maybe those patches, but mainly the lack of sleep.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Aussie Girl Jen. Well, I mean, it did scare me. And this is not, like I said, this is not the only time he does that. He does that, so many times, but you gotta go back and watch the body cam footage. Ticks, that's what I thought too, that it's ticks. But at this moment, like he was looking at NA like, I'm gonna crush her in a minute. It is scary. Oh, he definitely hated her. Yeah.
No, he would have liked to kill her.
Yeah. Like he said, I could have killed everything and everyone. And when that person who told me that they saw that evil eyes expression, and then they heard that he said, I could have killed anything and anyone crossing my way on that day, and I felt nothing for my family. And that person was like, oh my God, And, you know, if you hear something like that after the fact, it scares you even more. Right. All right, you guys. If there are no further questions to Dawn or to myself. Yes, he did say that. Micro expressions are fascinating, but not determinative. Yeah. What do you think he took out of the Lexus when he arrived? I think it was her ring.
Yeah, me too.
I'm not sure, but I think it was the ring. The question is how it got there. That's the question.
I think it was something that was took from Shanann in the last moment when he or somebody else realized that they can't take her out without getting the ring out of her finger. It was something done in the last moment. If somebody, it's like somebody remembered that they have to do that.
Right. Hi, Hope. Thank you so much, my darling. I have a pic. Oh, I have a pic of him picking up something shiny from the Lexus, but can't make out what it is. Maybe you want to send it to me or to Dawn, Catherine? And also, Catherine sent me a message the other day. She found something very interesting. Catherine, can I say it? Or do you want me to shut up? Can I say it? Because I did not get the chance to talk to Dawn and Dave about it. I think I did not tell you guys. Yes. Okay. So Catherine made an observation on that. What is it called? What was it? American Murder? The little documentary. So when they enter the garage door, and Dawn, I'm asking you this, you can hear in the background, garage door is opened or something along those lines, right? But when he comes home on the 13th and walks in the door, into the little through door to the house, you don't hear that? Do you think he
It could
turned
be.
it off?
Yes. Yes, I think that when he turned off, when he came home on the 13th, he used that remote, and that disables any possible alert, including those that Catherine is asking about. Somebody else asked on another channel, why didn't he pressed or pushed in the key code after he opened the door of the garage? You know, people are used that when you enter the door and the alarm system is not disabled, you have to punch in the code, the master code. Yeah, but when you have a remote, you can disable everything from outside. So that is it is more comfortable. It is easier to enter the house. So I think that the audio notifications, let's say, were disabled too, using that remote.
That's interesting. But for what reason would he disable the, I wouldn't say alert or alarm. For what reason do you think he would disable this?
You're
To me,
talking
it
about
sounds like then somebody else was in the house. So alarms
no,
wouldn't go off.
no. It is. There are different modes to set the enabling and disabling the alarm. One of them could be that it disables everything, like no alarm, no audio notifications, nothing. It's similar like that little box that people have in the car when they want to enter the garage. Some they have to push a button somewhere around near the mirror in the car, but other are so smart that they sense when they are near the garage and they send a signal to open the garage automatically.
Okay.
I think the same happens with that remote he had in his hand when we see him coming on the 13th.
Okay. Another message Catherine sent to me, and I did not even see it until now. If I can just read that, Catherine. His phone sent an alarm that morning that the door was open. So big question. Who disarmed the alarm before he got back home that afternoon? So he's talking about an alert on his phone, right?
Yes,
He's constantly talking about that 526 or 527. Garage door left open, garage door left open. So if he received that alert,
okay,
then he did not disable it, right? So who did when he only came home at 2:07 p.m.?
who triggered?
Catherine, you're way too smart.
You mean who triggered that alarm?
No, who turned it off? He receives an alert.
Okay.
On his phone.
Yes.
Garage door left open. And he shows that to police, right? Saying constantly, Here, look, I got an alert, garage door left open. And that was weird. He says that constantly.
I think I answered to that. I mean, it was more like an observation that I had after you had the presentation. I remember that I took notes of what people asked and then answered very quickly to all of them. One of my observation was that if you push the garage door a lot, or you try to open it, or even you try to punch in a code on that keypad outside, and the code is incorrect, that could trigger an alarm.
Yes, but what we're talking about is the actual voice saying garage door left open. So what Catherine means by saying who turned it off was not, to my understanding, the alarm system, but that little voice who tells you that it was left open. So who turned it off when he wasn't at home?
I don't understand when do we hear that alert that the door was open. Do
Shall
we
I put
hear
it up, you guys? Do you want me to put up the American murder so Dawn can hear it? Even though if I wanted to end the live stream, but I have to get into this. Dawn, I'm going to show you. So if that live stream disappears, you guys know why. I'm getting struck or something. Just give me a second.
All I know is that he received an alert on his phone, but no voice or something like this.
Yes, you can clearly hear the voice. Hold on a sec. It was about 30 minutes in, right? Catherine, can you just give me a timestamp? I forgot what timestamp it was at. It was somewhere between 25 and 30 minutes in. .30 minutes in. Okay.
To people that are listening, do you see what kind of struggle do you have to understand what is happening when we don't even know what model and type was that security system? It would be much easier if I would know exactly the model and the type, but of course nobody cared about that small detail to tell us.
Yeah, all we know is it was Vivint. But I'm getting some weird... Hold on, you guys. I gotta do that differently. Just ask some questions to Dawn while I'm doing this. Just a second.
For the question that you selected, your answer is as good as ours.
Just gotta see. I just got it on YouTube, but for some reason... Hold on.
I remember seeing that documentary that didn't make much of impression on me, but I don't remember that message.
Yeah, you can clearly hear it. Why can't I find that version? Okay, 30 minutes in. Let's see.
Super Sunshine Sue. Okay, just using his left hand with that jerry can, that is not proof enough to say that he's left-handed or right-handed. It depends on the position. We people are using both hands.
Catherine, can you send me a link, please? I don't seem to find it anymore. Sorry for interrupting, Don.
Debbie McLean, why is it we can't believe what he said happened to be the truth? Well, for once, because he changed the scenario, the timeline of the murders, at least 3 times.
Yeah.
Uh,
30 minutes in, but it's not there. Thanks, Catherine. Ah. Mm-hmm.
to Private Eye, I find that backing up his truck so far away, it is something very suspect, and not to block the Lexus, but something else.
Just 1 second. I hate letting you wait, guys, but I gotta find the actual timestamp. Okay, I think I got it. Oh my god. This is the most weird live stream ever. Okay, hold on. Gotta share my screen.
Short answer about that red jerry can that everyone is asking about. Usually, it is used to put gasoline, okay, or petrol, how you say it. Do you think that he can have bleach inside instead of gasoline?
Bleach inside the gas can?
Yes, to clean the truck on the way back.
But as far as I know, they okay, yeah. They did not actually state what was in there, right? They just said it was half full or something.
No, they didn't. And as we know, he didn't need gasoline or diesel or whatever.
Right. That's a very good thought. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna make that a little louder. And this is when Shanann, so she asks him, "Where's your phone?" And he says, "In the garage." And then she goes into the garage through the door, and then just listen.
I wanted it. Santa, you gained some weight this year. Come on, Santa. Hold on, Santa. I gotta find the kids because they're kind of scared. Sit down, Santa. Have a seat. I'll try to get the kids. Ho, ho, ho. Here's Santa. Yes. Where's the phone? On top of your car in the garage? I needed it for pictures. Hold on. I gotta get the phone. This is hard. As one parent. I get the phone so I can get pictures. Hold, please. My husband's a genius. Doesn't listen. Oh,
Did you hear it?
No, it would be easier to watch it myself again because we're talking about something, two different things. I thought that we're talking about something on the 13th of August, but now I realize that it is some video on Facebook.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
When
Yeah, we don't
I
have any
thought that when,
message. Mm-hmm. I see what you're saying.
you know, the alerts on the 13th that somebody was at the garage door and we thought that it was NA jiggling the door, the garage door, or punching wrong key codes. Yeah. But
Yeah, so
I'll give it, I'll look at it and I will have an answer for you, Catherine.
yes, please. And tell me your answer too. I'm eager to know. Yeah, I see what you're saying because by the time um the murders happened, he could have gotten rid of that voice altogether, right? So this is the year before or 2 years before Christmas.
Oh, you can set that control panel in numerous ways, and that is not proof that the Vivint functioned all the time the same.
Yeah. When she opens the door, it tells people.
At the beginning, when people are buying a new security system, they are curious to know what it can do for them. And usually they set also those messages, those audio alerts to notifications to be enabled. But later on, they don't like it anymore, and usually they disable it.
Right. Yeah, but at some stage it gets on your nerves, kind of thing.
Exactly.
You mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what? What do you want me to do? Yes, that's true. I felt sorry for him actually in this video. It's hard to watch the girl so upset, and Shanann still recorded it. Yeah.
By the sound of his voice when he was acting like Santa, he couldn't fake even Santa.
Yeah.
It is his own voice, nothing different.
I always knew that my dad was under that suit, or my uncle. Always. Because they never change shoes, right? They never do. All right, you guys. It was a pleasure talking to you on my birthday. It was, as I thought, a very, very nice, informative live stream on my birthday. And thanks to Dave, he's probably now on his way to the airport to see some of you guys and his moderators. And thank you, Dawn, for tuning in today and being guest on my panel.
You're welcome.
And just talking to us about certain things, and it's always good to have your opinion, because you kind of like, you get, how do I explain that? With that case, you get somewhat of a stare, and you cannot, at some stage, you cannot think clearly anymore. And that I really appreciate you bringing fresh thoughts to this, and see things from a different angle. So
And I
I'm
would
gonna
like to I would like to apologize. I would like to apologize if my answers are not always what you would expect, but try to understand that the lack of information in this case is something very difficult to be able to respond to everything. I wish that someday maybe you could be witness to our discussion in private, and maybe you would understand how much we struggle with this case, with the discovery. It is everything upside down. There are mistakes. There are intentional mistakes. It is a mess, and still we're trying to bring some order. And Tanya has the biggest role in this because he has the most effective analytical spirit and attention to detail. So,
thank you.
in my opinion, her time
You're cutting out before Dawn gets
on the
back.
internet.
Dawn, we did not hear what you were saying because you totally lost Wi-Fi or something.
Am I on?
Now you're on, yeah. But we can't hear you now. Well, Linda, just to answer that real quick, his truck wouldn't have fit. I measured the garage doors. A party for me. I'm gonna have a party tomorrow with some friends and people from work. I'm really looking forward to this. Dawn, you're back. I hear you breathing.
Yes, I was saying that your timelines are the most accurate on the internet, without a doubt,
Thank you.
because your attention to detail is fabulous.
Thank you so much. I admit that my thoughts are sometimes weird because I speak about some stuff and have, my thoughts are always ahead, and that's probably the reason why sometimes it's not very clear what I'm trying to say and not making much sense. But yeah, this is just me, my personality. I'm all over the place.
Yes, I'm. It is hard for me to get used with sometimes with your way of being. To people that are listening to us, you have to understand that sometimes in the middle of the night, Tanya is having a revelation, and She alerts everybody as if something horrible happened.
That's true. And then when everybody wakes up, I'm like, no, I retract.
No, delete that. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's me. I'm sorry. Don
And
is very humble.
I was trying to get into a plane and fly to her to see what happened.
Yeah, that was one time when when I had one of these split seconds of thinking I made a massive discovery, and I'm like, Don, are you there? Are you there? And he called me and he said, oh my God, I thought you were attacked on the streets.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is
And
how I am. It's true.
and a week ago you said that you had to puke for an hour because you found out something horrible.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't want to talk about this yet because I did not dig into it.
Sure. Yeah.
Did not dig into it too deep. But it was like, sometimes when I put stuff together and I think, oh my God, and then I get physically sick. Like, I don't know if that's only me, but you basically have that case in your head with every detail, and then you come across something and it's so horrible that it makes you physically ill. It's like, oh my God. Yeah. But that's me. I'm all over the place. I'm a chaotic perfectionist, as I would say. Yeah, and Dawn is more the calm type of person, at least in public.
Exactly. It may seem easy that we can answer to all of your questions, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of stress to be able to put some order in this mess.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah, we won't run, or we won't hide, we won't run. With that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. You won't hear from me this weekend. And maybe you will. Maybe you will on Sunday, because I was planning on, we're doing that discovery read through. And if I get around to it, I will be doing the first part, page 1 to 55 on Sunday. And we're gonna talk a little bit. The reason I want to do that first is there is a psychic actually given a statement, and what I found weird is that one of Shanann's friends appeared to be that psychic. And I'm really interested in what you guys think about that, if I read it wrong or if my thoughts are wrong. But that's just something I caught, and I wanted to, hear what you guys think about that. So maybe on Sunday, if I get around to it, depending on how extensive my party is gonna be tomorrow, and I'm not drinking, but still. And yeah, if not, then on Monday maybe someday. And Dawn and I are gonna do a members only on Dawn's advice, an hour of Dawn's advice or something, starting next week or the week after, Dawn, if that's okay.
Yes.
And yeah, and after
It
that
all
we'll see.
it all depends on people's interest.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I think they're interested. They're always interested. We're a big, great family. All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. And if I don't see you tomorrow or on Sunday, have a great day, a great night. And I love you all. Stay out of drama, though. And be good and stay safe and healthy. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye.